The title answers your question. Bird watching and the travel series are fully ambient because these videos are not about me and I want the viewer to get the full experience without the bullshit enthusiasm. But for this one, I had to change things up a bit. The Boeing 737-700 is my favorite aircraft for personal and aesthetic reasons. But my favorite aircraft to fly on as a value proposition is far and away the Embraer E175. It's one of the safest, most comfortable aircraft flying in the US today, and I seek it out whenever I can. If you haven't already, check out my video flying an E175 first class over New York. It is amazing. I got an email in April 2024 thanking me for a United Express video I did a while back. Quote, I've always been scared of flying on smaller planes, 737 or A319 is the smallest I'll go, but I have an upcoming trip on United that only has Embraer 175s on the route. I just watched your video of it from start to finish, and I can't tell you how much your video has eased my anxiety about flying on this aircraft. First of all, thank you for watching. But secondly, the E-Jet offers all the bells and whistles I like on my flights. Smaller aircraft are seen as cramped, cheap, noisy, or somehow less safe. But the E175 makes a pure ass out of everything else. The E175 is part of the greater Embraer E-Jet family, and here in the United States, it breaks down like this. The E170 and E175 provide regional service for American, United, Delta, and Alaska, with the E190 and E195 being the larger and more mainline offerings flown by JetBlue and Breeze Airways. Those types, however, are being replaced by the similarly decent A220s from Airbus. The E170 is the smallest, with at least 6 seats in first and about 60 seats in economy, with the E175 being the star, offering a sweet 12 seats in first and 64 seats in economy. That 76-seat cap keeps the aircraft within the scope clause, which pilot unions use to separate mainline flying from contract regional services. So the E175 hits that sweet spot, big enough to feel like a mainline jet and small enough to serve routes where a 737 or an A320 would be overkill. The E190 is rated at least 8 seats in first and 88 seats in economy, and 12 and 88 respectively on the E195, but those two types are only flown in an all-economy cabin here in the United States. Their respective carriers offer legroom as tight as 29 inches, but with other features that drive my point home. Despite the narrow cabin, the E-Jets have massive seats, from 18 to nearly 19 inches wide for economy class across all airlines, often wider than what you find on the 737 or an A320. The massive windows give above average views, but the main selling point, there are no middle seats anywhere to be found. Focusing on the E170 and E175, legroom is on par with mainline, about 30 to 32 inches in standard economy, 34 to 35 in extra legroom or premium economy sections, and up to 37 or 38 inches in first. But in first, you'll find a 2x1 seating layout with seats 20 inches wide, perfect for travelers like me who like a semblance of comfort and solitude inside a tube. The Embraer E-Jet family entered service in 2004 with a handful of incidents mostly involving the larger models, all linked to human factors and not design flaws. In more than 20 years of service and millions of flights, the E175 has not seen one single passenger fatality. Its safety record? One of the best. So the E175 is flown under regional brands. In the US, that means airlines like SkyWest, Republic, and Mesa, or subsidiaries like Envoy, Piedmont, or PSA for American, Endeavor for Delta, and Horizon for Alaska. They operate on behalf of the big carriers, but the aircraft are painted in mainline colors, the crews are trained to the same FAA standards, and your onboard experience, like Wi-Fi, snacks, and upgrades, matches the airline you booked with. The E175 is typically used for flights under 3 hours, though some stretch closer to 4. You won't find seatback screens, but many airlines offer streaming entertainment. Power outlets and USB ports are increasingly common, but not across the board, as it depends on the airline and the cabin. Due to its size, sometimes airlines may limit space for bags, usually about 25 carry-ons total. And yes, first class on an E175 is a bit scaled back compared to a cross-country mainline flight, so you're not getting a full meal. But for short hops, the drinks, snacks, and comfort more than make up for it. So if you see the E175 as an option during booking, hell, even the E170, don't be scared. Think of it as one of the smartest travel decisions you can make. No middle seats, spacious cabins, big windows, and an unmatched safety record. For short to medium routes, it's one of the best aircraft flying in the US today. The E175 may be called a regional jet, but for many travelers, it's a fucking upgrade.